Keep it 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Wednesday. I do mean Wednesday. Wednesday. Little chilly. Little storms coming. Little tornado came through. But hey, guess what? We back in studio. We back. 2 weeks in a row. We might get our shows up late, but we back.
And we get them straight.
That's
right.
What's going on, RT and Big E?
Not a whole lot, man. Just trying to stay out of the way of these storms.
Man, you know, hey, you know, at the end of the day, we have this deal, me and a couple guys, and you haven't made it yet because your yard ain't that good. But when it gets good, we'll invite you. So I got a group of guys, and it's called.
I got some pictures I'm gonna show you.
All right.
I'm gonna need you to put my lawn up on the screen back here.
It's called
it's killing his.
Best Yards, Men with Best Yards. And, you know, and so we send a little group out to each other each month, show off our yards. And this year, you know, we'll include you, RT, to come on board. But, you know, tonight we're going to have a couple special guests, man. We're going to have the young track star from Edmond Memorial, a sophomore, Kayvon Nubine, the young lady that's trying to win her first state championship in the 100 meters hurdles. Last year she got beat as a freshman, came in second. But, hey, she's coming on here in a few minutes. We'll have her on. Then we're going to have one of the best baseball players in the state, home of the Choctaw Yellow Jackets, coached by Matt Hawk.
Jarrett?
Yeah, Jarrett will be on with us. But coached by Hawk, Eastside Jet.
Okay.
All right.
Jarman Rocket. And a Midwest City Bump.
Okay.
We took some of that black and gold over to the Yellow Jackets. But, you know, like I said, we kind of talked last week. You know, they got 19 kids. You know, you kind of got them favored to win their regionals and go to state, but you got to go through more. Who's beat them already this year, PC West, and then I think Edmond Memorial's in there. So, you know, we'll have Miss Newby on, and then we'll have Mr. Flaggert on, a guy, you know, once you kind of hear his story from, you know, what he's done to make himself one of the best players in the state of Oklahoma, hitting 17 home runs, and we'll talk about some of his stats, and he's one away from breaking the Choctaw record and 2 away from owning his own record himself. But, man, what the kid did from last year to this year, man, I just tell you, them Flintstone vibes that he ate are really good. So I just tell you, a good kid.
Bam Bam.
Nickname Bam Bam, because he hit them out. Man, this is that I was talking to his dad this morning. The kid hit 3 out against Jinx. You know, Jinx is known for all his sports. I don't care what it is.
Right.
Water polo or whatever. Jinx is known for his sport, but he almost hit a 4th one now and hit the top. It had been a grand slam. Man, I just tell you, the kid put work in over the summer, got himself bigger, stronger, and made himself a great hitter. And, you know, he's going to, you know, go play college baseball, but we'll let him talk about that when we get on here. But before we get to Miss Doobie, how my 2 guys doing?
How you doing, Big E?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little stressed out right now. You know, it's the end of the semester. Got finals coming up. So I got that to deal with, but, you know, only got a couple more weeks, and then I'm good.
You're good. You're good.
I'm good. Well, I have to take a class over the summer, too, and then, but that shouldn't be too bad. Just taking
good.
one class over.
What about you, RT? I know you're recovering from the bachelor party from your son, getting ready.
Now it's phase 2.
Phase 2 for the wedding, you know.
So, you know, yesterday.
Talk to us.
We going on vacation, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm young like them. Like, you know, I may be his dad, but I'm more like Big Bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, when we get there, on vacation, it's been a minute. COVID done had us all locked down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I got to be me. So I had to go through my outfits.
Okay, what you got? What you working with?
Man, I'm going to let you know. I'm pulling out the white pants, Miami style, like
Miami
style.
Yeah, like Miami Vice.
Man, there you go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I promise you, I'm about to kill it. I'll send y'all pictures.
Why don't you send us pictures? We're going to put them up on the board,
Please
man.
do. And we're going to have 3 pictures, and I want everybody to vote. Me, my son, and my baby boy. We gonna a picture of each, and we're gonna see who's the cleanest.
Okay. So you think you're gonna win this contest?
I know I am.
Well, man, okay. But hey, RT, you do your thing, because I know we're both getting ready for weddings. You know, last week we had my daughter's wedding co-ed shower. First time I ever seen something like that. But, you know, kind of put me in a tough predicament. You know, do I go watch Zoe hoop in Kansas City? Or do I stay here and watch my baby girl do her thing, get ready for a wedding? And guess what?
Guess what happened?
I stayed here.
You stayed here.
Yes, I did. I stayed here.
You should, as you should have, because if I recall, just a week before 50th birthday, you was kind of like, man, you know, she always been around for birthdays, and the first one that came and gave you a hug
was my baby girl.
There you go.
But, you know, it was cool. You know, Zoe and her mom got to go up there, and Shakayla and Ivy went up there, and one of Shakayla's friends, had her birthday, so she got to go hang out with them in Kansas City. So it all worked out good.
Okay.
Jessica's a tough driver; she can drive all over. So you know, with all the stuff that goes on in this world, man, I was kind of worried, but they both made it home safe, and Ivy and Kayla made it home safe. But good deal. Had a good time at the co-ed, wedding shower. You had a bunch of food, drinks, and beverages and snacks and all that. But at the end of the night, we kind of cut loose and started karaoke. And anytime you got Gabe Johnson in the house, he's a clown, man. He's out there dancing, and he sung a little Key Sweat with me, some old school. But
can we hear some?
Make it last forever and never.
Get it.
Better stop.
Better stop.
Hey, this gonna turn into the love boat, So, but we had a good time, man, and she had a good time, and just the pictures and the hanging out, and all the family getting there from both sides, and sometimes that can be interesting, but it was a good time though. Everybody had a good time. It sucks. My wife had to miss out, but she had called Olivia, and this would happen sometimes when you have kids is in sporting events. Right. Sometimes you got to sacrifice and go do something else instead of maybe being where you need to be. But hey, on the wedding day, everybody's gonna be there. There ain't gonna be no sport. I don't care who's playing. My man LeBron could be playing, and guess what? I'm gonna have to miss because that's a special day for my baby girl.
You gotta miss you missed the playoffs.
Just kind of, I'm excited that she's marrying her best friend Cam Kennedy. A great man, a great family. And that's the only thing any of us can ask for when your sons and daughters are getting married to someone else. You just hope that person can treat them good, and then their family is upholding that can love them like they're one of their own kids. So I'm very blessed. But, like I said, I know we've been getting off and doing other things, but this still is one of the best high school sports of bringing on student athletes, female or male, and letting them talk about their journey. Absolutely. With spring sports wrapping up with state championship in baseball, in golf, and in track. I think it's exciting because I know we spend a lot of time on this show talking football and basketball and a little bit of wrestling, but now we're kind of branching off and having our first female athlete. Kayvon, Ms. Newby, coming on here in a few seconds and get a chance to talk to this young lady and see what her goals is. And the special thing about it, regionals this weekend, Choctaw starts its baseball journey to try to, get to state this tomorrow night on Cinco de Mayo. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Get everything jumping off. Yeah. But before we go to break, guys, I got anything to say real quick?
I do not.
Neither do I.
Yeah. But folks, we'll be back right after.
I got something to say.
What you got to say?
What we do here?
We keep it what?
100.
That's what it is.
Yeah. 100. We'll be right back after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Oklahoma High School Sports. Back.
You tired of going out to your trash can, having to smell so bad? Well, no further. Call Spiffy Cans. He cleans, disinfects, sanitize. 405-423-8824 or go to spiffycansok.com. Spiffy Cans, he's your man.
Spiffy Can, he's your man. Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Like I said, on this Wednesday night, and we have a very special guest, our first female athlete, track star, all the way from one of the best track teams in Oklahoma, Edmond Memorial, a young sophomore young lady that took second last year and stayed in the 100-meter hurdles, and she's trying to win it this year. How you doing, Miss Kayvon Nubine? How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good.
That's good, man. We are excited to have you on the show. Just watching, and the funny thing is I kind of caught your show a couple weeks ago on Myron Patton, kind of did something on you, and me knowing your mom and dad, and I was like, you know what? We ain't never had a track star on our show.
Nope.
Not one track star. Nope. We had old boy from Choctaw, but not a female track star. And what you doing in the track world, and I know you've been doing it for a while because, knowing your parents, and you've been running since your young days. So for the listeners, tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm Kayvon Nubine, and I got second at state last year running a 14.9 and 100-meter hurdles.
Woo!
And my PR this year is a 14.6, and I'm trying to get it down to a 14.5.
Okay. So, Miss Newby, I know, like you said, you've been running track for a while. What age did you say, you started running? I know Dad kind of coached you, but what age did you start running and start taking it serious?
At 7 years old.
Woo, 7 years old. Daddy Daddy said, let's get busy right here, which I understand that because having kids, and I have a few athletes that has went on and went to college. And I know, it helps pay for school and all that. But so tell me some of the track teams that you ran for in your young age.
I ran for Eastside Steppers, Oklahoma City Flyers, and I'm currently running for Fly Time.
Fly Time, that's one. Okay, yeah, Eastside Steppers a good team, but I know that Fly Team. I think their coach is he out of Westmore, sophomore? What school is he out of?
Westmore.
Okay. So I know. Like I said, last year you kind of finished second to Piccolo, a young lady that comes from a strong wrestling background. I got to know the Piccolos. My son had wrestled for the dad, Mr. Piccolo in Team Oklahoma, and I know that young lady trains hard. And
she only lost by 0.29 seconds.
But that girl was a senior.
And she was a freshman.
And she's a freshman. So we know what she's going to do this year.
Kayvon.
We see you, baby girl. We know what you're going to do. So, we're rooting for you, man. And like I said, watching Myron Patton's show the other night, getting to see you, what you're doing and knowing your mom and dad. And I was like, you know what, man? I think she'd be great to have on our show. And this is where you're at tonight. So I know some of the events you run this year. I know you run the 400, 4x1, the 100 meter hurdles, the 4x2, and then the 200. Out of all those events, which one's your favorite?
100 meter hurdles.
Ooh, because that's what you busy at. So the 200. Is the 200? Is it? Because that's a tough. I'm telling you right now. I'm a big guy. Back in the day, I could run. I ain't gonna lie to you. Back in the day, I could. I used to run. I ran straight to the crib. I ran straight to the refrigerator. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ran straight to the refrigerator. But what you doing as a sophomore and what you did as a freshman, I know it has to be a little pressure on you because every time you turn around, everybody knows who you are. You're on TV. You're doing articles about you. You're just a sophomore. So how do you handle the pressure?
Good question.
I pray, honestly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Hey, Big E over here loves that answer.
Okay.
Because, this Wednesday night, baby. You keep it real here because, it's Wednesday night preach night, what we call it here. Yeah. That's why we have the show on Wednesday night. But no, that's good stuff because, you put God first and he can handle anything that you're dealing with. And that's a good deal. So I will ask you this question. I know it's going to be a tough question. Losing that last year in the finals to the young lady, what did you do to prepare yourself for this year to get stronger, faster, and be more hungry? What did you do?
I set goals. Like I had goals to beat one person, and then once I got them, I would have goals to beat the next person that was better than that person. And then it pretty much, that's pretty much how it happened. Like I just pushed myself to be better.
That's
and
good.
Used the people that had better techniques and better form to push me.
So I know you run 4 different events. How do you keep, because track is a tough sport because you get shin splints, and your bottom of your feet sore hamstrings. How do you keep yourself, looking at your picture, we got the one of you going over the hurdles over at Ponca City. You just got everybody behind you. They looking at you, chasing you. But how do you keep yourself healthy, doing all these different events?
Eating and drinking water.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm trying to get ready for a wedding, and I know I ain't got that much time left. What do you eat? Because you in great shape, young lady. Because I wish I still kind of look like that, man. But that's good stuff. So you eat and drink a lot of water. Are you not doing no Gatorade, or is it strictly water?
Water. I'll do Gatorade or Body Armor.
Yeah, Body Armor's good stuff.
No, she's still there.
Okay, my fault. So going into like I said, to this meet, this weekend, you guys are at PC. Is it PC West, PC Original? Where y'all running at this weekend?
PC Original.
Are you kind of nervous any, or are you just like, hey, I got this?
I'm not nervous, but probably when a guy says on your mark, I'm definitely going to be nervous.
Yeah.
So hurdles is tough because you got to do a lot of concentration, having the right timing and all that. So how much do you train daily on hurdles? I mean, like jumping and getting your times down, because I mean, like you said, you are the best in state in 6A, not 6A small, 5A, 2A. You're the best in 6A, the top class of all, and that's running against Jinx, that's running against Union, that's running against Broken Arrow, Bigsby, and some of the big schools around here. You know, and you know, Edmond Memorial is one of the top dogs in high school track. I mean, year in, year out, girls and boys. So how much do you train on the hurdles?
Probably like an hour, like every day or every other day.
That's good stuff.
That's good because you know you running as fast as you can. Some of the thoughts that will be coming through my mind is, man, I hope I don't the bottom of my heel or my anchor leg don't hit it and you stumble or make a mistake. So that takes a lot of practice over and over and over again. And Kayvon, you mentioned that you had several goals to beat other competitors. My question to you is, at the end of the day, everything is based on time. So have you set any goals based on time versus just beating some of the girls that may be as competitive as you are?
Yes, my goal is to beat 14.5.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
In the 100, 14.5?
In the hurdles?
Yes, in 100-meter hurdles.
Wow.
That's good stuff. So what's your best time so far this year?
14.6.
Ooh, you right there.
You right there.
You right there.
You almost there.
You right there. Get you one more body armor, girl.
You at 99%. We need you to get to that 100 to keep it 100.
To keep it 100. That's what we do.
Yes.
That's good stuff. Well, you know, we're not gonna hold you up. I know you got a big week coming up, man. But we wanted to kind of have you on the show and you know, kind of talk a little track. But one thing I will say, you know, Miss Kayvon, that me and you we do share one thing in common, and you don't know it. And I'm gonna show his age and my age is that I know he might have retired and he still might be kind of helping a little bit. It's Mr. Karam. You know, Mr. Dan Karam.
Oh yes.
You know, Mr. Karam was my track coach at Midwest City. And you ask him about Tony Johnson back in the day, you know, he'll tell you Big Tony could run back in the day, but right now I'm like a bowling ball, you know. But I'll just tell you, Karam is a good guy, man. He's done a lot with girls and boys. He helped with my daughter when she placed in state. He worked with her over Midwest City when she was at Carl Albert. So I give a big clap for Mr. Karam because he is good to the sport of track, man. He's all involved, and luckily you got a chance to work with him. And he might have taught you a thing or two, but I want to tell you though, E, you got anything before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I mean, with all this attention you're getting in the media, just inside the state and anything, I don't know how the recruiting process works as far as track goes, but have you been looked at by any colleges, or have any colleges shown any interest in having you come run for them in the future?
Quite a few. There's a lot that I can't really name, but I know OU has, I think Arkansas and some Christian colleges.
Gotcha.
That's good.
But
wow.
I'm looking for Arkansas or OU.
Yeah. Is that what you want to be at, Arkansas, OU?
Yes.
And that's good stuff. Both,
Arkansas is a great track.
Great. Both. You're running the SEC. You're going to run against LSU and something. And OU, they have a good track team, and bringing a couple young ladies like you could really turn that program around. So, kudos to you because you're just a sophomore, so you still got 2 more years. And I tell you, the funny thing is, when you go win state, you're going to go win regionals this weekend. Then next weekend, when you go win state up in Ardmore, everybody's going to be knocking on your door. You're going to be like, whoa. And daddy, dad and mom's going to have to get control of that because it's so funny when you win, everybody wants you. When you finish second, everybody, but as soon as you go win all this, man, you're going to have everybody knocking on your door. And I tell you, it seems like you got your head on straight. You're a very humble young lady. You're ranked number 1 in the state of Oklahoma. Like you said, you get a lot of media coverage and people, know who you are. So, just keep up the good work. RT want to finish.
I got one last question. You're doing an excellent job. You more than likely you're going to win state this year and the next 2 years after that. I would just like to ask, can Keep It 100 be part of your signing day? Because we know that you're going to sign wherever you want to sign, but we would like to be there to support you. So if possible, if and when you're getting ready to sign and you have chose the college that you wish to go to, reach out to Tony or have your mom or someone reach out to Tony so that we can share that moment with you. We would really like to do that.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you. Like I said, good luck this week. Like I said, good luck next week, and we'll be praying for you. We wish you nothing but the best this year and in the years to come, okay?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for calling.
No, thank you for coming on. Keeping it what?
Keeping it 100.
Oklahoma High School Sports. Take care, baby girl. Be good, all
Karen's
right?
in here.
Who?
Oh, Karen.
Karen's in there. Let me talk to Karen real quick. Let me talk to that old man real quick.
Hey, you still got your state medals?
Hey, Coach, you know what I do, baby? You know Mama got them hanging up. Hey, Coach, I told her, hey, you're a legend, baby. I'm telling you, folks, if you don't know Mr. Karam, he is a legend. He's still good looking, still in good shape, but he's one of the best track coaches around the state of Oklahoma. And I'm not saying it just to say it. I'm just telling you, the man is real. He helped my daughter when she placed in state. Just the little things he can fix, and I know he's gonna have Miss Kayvon ready to go here in the here this weekend and next weekend. But Coach, man, I just tell you, man, I it's tickled to talk to her, but it's also tickled to talk to her and knowing that she's coached by a person I was coached by. So, how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. I was just walking by the office, and I happened to hear your very loud, boisterous voice. I thought I'd snoop in here and see. Nothing much has changed.
Ain't nothing changed, Coach. I'm an old man. That's all it is. I'm just getting older and grayer. That's all it is, Coach. But I'm having fun doing this show, and it's good to promote young athletes like her and some of the other athletes that we've talked to after years. And I just tell you, man, I mean, this young lady, I mean, her future is bright, man. I'm just telling you, just watching her videos, man, she can go. She can go.
There's no question, and she's just really kind of hit the tip of the iceberg of what she's very capable of doing.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
She's just going to get better and better and better as she perfects her craft and works on the little bitty things. She's already got pretty much, the leg speed, the turnover, but when she really gets down to working on the little things that it takes to get to that next level, then you're right. There's going to be a lot of people knocking on her door.
That's good stuff, man. Hey, anytime you get that school paid for, that's the most important thing. Because I tell you, I got one kid that probably should have ran track in college, and she decided to cheer. That's going to have student loans. And I got one kid that, hey, he's wrestling in college, and when he walks away from school, he ain't going to have no student loans. So I just tell you, man, these athletes out here, man, go get that school paid for, no matter what school it is. If you can get it paid for and you ain't got no loans at the end of the year, when it's all said and done, that's the most important thing. Getting a degree and not having no debt getting out of school.
Right. 100%. 100%.
Well, Coach, it was good to talk to you. Good luck to you guys this weekend. You keep doing your thing, man. Tell the boys, the Karen boys, like Tony Johnson said hi, and I mean, I appreciate everything.
I will do.
All right. Thank you, sir. Be good.
All right. See you.
Well, folks, that's Miss Kayvon Nubine, the outstanding track star over at Edmond Memorial, as you can see. Sophomore. You just heard what Coach Karam said, what she can do. She keeps working on her stuff. She's going to be outstanding. She's going to be one of the best in the state if she's not already one of the best in the state. But I just tell you, though, man, it's good to have young people like that that's really humble. And she's been on Fox. Yeah. We ain't been on Fox. We just on YouTube. She's been on Fox. But it's good to have a young lady on the show like that. And that's what we do here, man. And I think that's what kind of sets us apart, because we don't just show up when you win. We show up before you win. We show up if you lose. We show up no matter what, because that's what we do. We keep it 100. And that's what I like about these two men, because you know what? We don't care. We want to have she ain't the best name out there, but she will be the best name. And we'll keep following her. Like RT said, when she signed, Keep It 100 will be there. Yeah. We will be there. Well, folks, we still got to, we're just getting hot up in here.
Just get warmed up.
We're just getting warmed up. Hey, we got one more good phone call tonight. We're going to bring on the superstar baseball player from Choctaw, Oklahoma, Mr. Flaggert, Jarrett Flaggert. I mean, the kid is hot, man. He's so hot, he's hotter than hot in chicken grease.
Fish grease.
Fish grease, whatever you want to call it.
Popping.
It's popping. His bat is popping, and we're going to bring him on after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keep it what?
100 Oklahoma
High School Sports. We'll be right back.
Man, Dad, all this crazy weather has gotten our roof and gutters all messed up.
Good thing we know some guys over at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. They can inspect and repair your roof and gutters and get in contact with your insurance company in 72 hours or less.
Call Jay Hunt at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters at 405 473-0674. No job is too big or too small for Rain Down Roofing and Gutters.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. And on the phone, we have another special guest, Mr. Jarrett Flaggert, baseball player from Choctaw, Oklahoma, my alma mater.
Yeah,
we
give it
got
up.
a piece of that gold standard over there. How's it going, Jarrett?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. So you've been doing your thing this year. Every time I get on social media, it seems like I see another video of you hitting a home run. So, talk a little bit about yourself and the season that you and the Yellow Jackets are having so far.
Yes, sir. So our team this year, this off season, we realized that we got a lot of talent, and we decided in this off season we're going to work really hard and lots of hours in the cages, lots of hours in the weight room, lots of hours in the field, and we really this year we've had something special. We've got out, we've won a bunch of games, a lot of big games, a bunch of big name teams. And every one of us decided that we were going to have good at-bats, we were going to play clean in the field, and we were going to have some good pitching. It's been pretty good for us this year.
Man, Flaggert, I'm about to stop you right there, man. I know your brother is smart. I'm going to tell your mom and dad next time I see them, I'm going to give them a big hug. You are a very well-spoken young man. I'm just telling you right now, dude. I'm sitting here getting like goosebumps just to hear you talk, man. Just a well-spoken young man. I mean, it's hard to find guys like that, man. And just the way you just talking and talking about your team, man, you got me pumped up, man. I'm serious, man. Your parents has done a great job with you, man. Seriously, man. Just the way you speak, man. It's hard to get some of these guys to talk like that. But hey, I'm gonna bring it back to E, dog. Yep. I had to tell you that, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm looking at some of your stats right here. You got a .471 batting average. You got 49 hits, 17 home runs, and 21 walks. I mean, you have that many home runs, people are going to want to walk you. So, talk about kind of the stuff you do to help prepare you and some of the stuff that you did individually during the off season to, get you to where you're having the year that you're having.
Yes, sir. Like I said, in this off season, we worked really hard every day, going up in the cages, going up in the weight room. And one big thing for me is I like to have a routine. I like to do the same thing every day, every game day.
Yes,
so before every game, I like to get in the cages 30 minutes early. And I do the same tee work routine. I hit the ball in the same spot on the tee every day. And then from there, I go to soft toss, the ball coming in really slow. And then I'll go into the machine throwing 90 miles an hour so I can get my timing down and get ready for the game.
Man, that's big.
Wow.
So Jared, I mean, looking at yourself, you've been on varsity, for a few years now, and I know last few years you kind of battled, getting in the start lineup, but now it seems like you're in the start lineup. I know Choctaw got a bunch of guys on the team that got some D1 offers, and the funny thing is, I mean, are you going junior college or are you going Division II? What division are you going?
Yes, sir. I'm going to Eastern Oklahoma State College. It's a junior college in Wilburton, Oklahoma. It's pretty far away, but they're having a really good season this year. They're one of the few the junior colleges that only have 2 losses on the season.
That's big time. Well, I'm looking at, like I said, you guys got some guys on your team that are D1. I know you got Spencer Bowles, your shortstop. One of them guys are going to OU, and the other one's going to Oklahoma State. But you're putting up big numbers that, man, I see any of these schools start reaching out to you because what you're doing, man. I mean, I know you've signed, and you're going junior college. So the good thing about it is that, you go put up these same numbers next year in junior college. You're going to have every Division I and even the possibility of getting drafted. So, what did you do from your junior year to your senior year, man? I mean, you look so good, man. You look like you can go play outside linebacker for somebody. I mean, really, you do.
Yes, sir. It's really for me. I'm really not trying to get all caught up in the offers. I just want to go out there and play baseball and win games.
Yes,
I'm really happy for all my teammates and everywhere that they're going. Everybody on our team works really hard, and I just want to work hard and keep playing baseball. The school I'm going to is a great junior college program with some great coaches, Coach Matt Parker and Coach Ruiz. I think that it's a great fit for me, and I just want to go out there and win games.
That's big time. That's big time.
Great mindset to have right there.
It is going to. So tomorrow night, you guys open up against PC West. Not a dominant baseball team. I know you got some other good teams in there in the region with you guys. I know you got Moore that's beat you guys, and then you got Edmond Memorial. I don't know if you played Edmond Memorial this year or not, but I know Moore has beat you guys, and y'all has beat Moore. So how do you guys stack up to the team that's in the bracket with you?
Yes, sir. We're not really focused on who we're playing against because we want to focus on going out there and playing our game. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. We want to play clean defense. If our pitchers throwing strikes and our hitters having good at-bats, when we put all three of those parts together, it doesn't matter who we're playing in the state. We can compete with anybody.
So what is your favorite position? I know you pitch a little bit, play second base, and I think they got you playing third base right now. So what is your favorite position?
Yes, sir. So this year, my coach sat down with me, and they said to me that they felt like third base would be a good fit for me. And so I'm big. I've got a decent arm, and so third base has been a lot of fun this year. The hot corner, getting balls hit hard at me, making plays over there at third. So third base is definitely my favorite position on the field.
That's good stuff. So where do you plan on playing in college?
I'm not really focused on where I'm going to play. I'm just trying to get in the lineup. Wherever they put me in the car, I'm going to go out there and play hard and try and do my thing.
That's good stuff, man.
Man.
Good stuff. So, I'm going to ask you, what's one of your favorite meals, though? A guy
my
like
favorite
you.
meals?
Yes, sir.
Honestly, chicken and rice from Panda Express.
Man, you must be hanging around my daughter Zoe. That girl could eat. She could eat Panda Express every night. I'm like, Zoe, we can't do it every night.
That's how you put them gains on right there. Chicken and rice. So
good.
So what do you do for fun? Because I know you take baseball serious though, but like, what do you do for fun? Like, what is a Saturday night? Hey, no games, no practice. You and the boys go bowling. Y'all go hang out. What's a fun night?
One thing that me and the boys like to do is there's a basketball court across the street from our neighborhood, so we'll invite as many people as we can to go out to the basketball court, and we'll have some 5-on-5 tournaments against some of the Carl Laboratories, a whole bunch of the boys in Choctaw.
Oh, that's good stuff, though, man. So, this is your last run. This weekend or next week. It all kind of comes to end. Any wish you could have. What would you like the fairy tale to be?
Coach, I just want to win state. State title is something we've been dreaming about since we were all freshmen. All the seniors were freshmen. We've been talking about it every day. We want to win the last game of the season. We don't want to end the season on a loss.
Yeah, that's good
and
stuff.
We keep winning. We'll keep going, and we'll have a ring on our finger in
that's
2 weeks.
Hey, there's nothing cool enough than having a high school state championship ring on your finger, and then you can walk around. And I don't know the last. I don't know. E might know it. You might know. When's the last time Choctaws won state in baseball?
It was a long time ago. I'm not too sure. It's been a long time. We haven't won in 6A yet. We want to be the first one in 6A. That's good. But it's been a long time since we won last.
Well, RT, you got any final questions for him?
Yes. Real quick. How long have you been playing baseball?
I've been playing baseball since T-ball. I was 3 years old. I'd go out to practice with my brother's team, and then I started playing in games when I was 4.
Okay, so after all of those years, what would you say is your strength in baseball, and what would you say it will be your biggest opportunity to improve?
So I would say my biggest strength is always staying locked in and staying focused. Always in the dugout, whether I'm up to bat, I'm in the field, I'm in the dugout cheering on my team. I'd say that being locked in is one of my biggest strengths. And so one of my biggest opportunities to improve on, I would say the defensive aspect of baseball, making sure that I'm staying locked in and staying focused, fielding ground balls and making the plays that I need to do at third base.
Just based on your conversation and your responses, I would say one of your strengths is definitely leadership, young man. You're doing a really good job, very well spoken. We're excited for you, and we wishing you the best of luck coming into this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
Hey, go bring a state championship to Choctaw. We need one, man. You and those guys go get it done.
Yes, sir.
Well, Flaggert, man, I appreciate you, on short notice coming on, keeping 100 Oklahoma High School sports. I know you have worked hard to get to where you're at, and you got a great mom and dad, and your brother is one of the top guys at Oklahoma, University, what he does for the university and what he does for the state of Oklahoma, man. So, I got to tell you, your mom and dad has done a great job with you and him both. So, man, good luck to you, man. I wish you the best of luck, because there's nothing like winning the state championship. I know when my son won his first one, I was in all tears like a baby, man. It was like having a newborn kid, but I want the best for you and then, and the rest of the team. So good luck to you, man. And we'll be cheering you on from Keep It 100, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. Well, folks, that's Jarrett Flaggert, the outstanding baseball third baseman, one of the best hitters in the state of Oklahoma, man. Like you said, the young man has 17 home runs, 49 hits, 21 walks. I mean, that just tells you how good the young man is. He got 21 walks. It tells you he does a good job watching the ball, keeping his eye on the ball. But just batting average is 471 in high school baseball. It's amazing. I mean, it's outstanding, and it just tells you what this guy has put in. I mean, if you can look at his frame, the young man is dialed in. You can tell by the picture. It's all the business. It's business. But it's business with his team. It's not. You never heard him say me, I. It was all team, and that's what it's all about, folks. It's about team.
Mr. Flaggert with the swagger.
With the swagger. But I wish him luck, man. And he's coached by a great coach, in Coach Hawk.
Absolutely.
Great coach, has done a great job at the program of Choctaw. I know we debated last week. I think he should win state when you got 19 kids signing and when you got one of the best hitters in the state of Oklahoma. Yeah. The kid hit 3 out against Jinx.
Man, that's just an accomplishment of its own right there, getting 19 kids to the next level. I mean, that's great. That's good stuff.
And he got kids that could be starting on anywhere in the state of Oklahoma, and they're having the DH just to get a, and they just got one of the best players back. Yeah. Spencer Bowles just came back.
And and Noah Spencer Bowles, he's going to come in. He's going to be ready to tear some stuff up.
Man, I'm telling you right now, I don't say gold standard a lot. I don't. But that baseball team is gold standard.
All right.
That baseball team is gold standard.
You heard it first, right from Tony Johnson.
I mean, I'm just telling you, man, when a young man can talk like that, very well spoken. Mom and dad has done a great job. His dad is excited about his boys hitting a home run, but he ain't pubbing it. Right. I mean, some of these daddies just go off, man. Oh, my baby. You know what? I understand you want to cheer for your kid, because I cheer for my baby girl. She's in Kansas City, hit buckets. But I understand that, man. But you know what? At the end of the day, and people know Z's been on this show and talk with us too. She ain't real. She ain't conceited. Yeah. It's all about the team. She'll rather give up a pass than her take the bucket. And that's how I feel about Flaggert. Even though he's hit 17 home runs, and they got the winning run on third base, and I think Coach Hawk told him to lay a bunt down. I don't think he's going to shake him off. I think he's going to lay the bunt down for his team to win the state championship. That's what it's all about. That's standard. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's big time.
It is.
Yeah. He could break the record. Do I break this record, hit one out, or do I lay this bunt down and win a state championship?
You want that state championship.
You want that state championship.
Let's go get it.
Wait, but now we're going to talk a little high school football. Let E talk a little. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the draft. Let E get on the mic a little bit. Let's
go. All right. So, I mean, the draft, it was pretty good.
Okay.
It was probably the most that I've been tuned into the draft, just because with the Packers trading away Devontae Adams.
Man, we saw your tweets on your crying.
At first,
you had a bunch of Jordan faces crying. I can't believe this organization.
Hey.
Who picked that pick? I was like, come on,
but after reflecting on it, I think it was a good draft by the Packers. They didn't need to trade up for the, they needed a receiver. Yes, all right, I would have liked for them to pick the receiver in the first round.
Yes, sir.
But all of those receivers that were worth a first round pick were picked before the Packers had their chance.
I got one question, because since you are a guru of NFL,
y'all bypassed Tay Martin. Tay Martin's the real deal. He went to the 49ers.
I got to ask this question.
Was he worth a first round pick though?
Yes.
You are the guru of college and pro. Tell me this. Yeah. They had the quarterback from Liberty first round. He drops all the way to third round. Why? Why do you think that happened?
I think it was just it was a pretty lackluster class as far as the quarterbacks go. I mean, you look at it. You didn't have a quarterback that jumped off the board and separated himself. So I mean, so that's why really all the quarterbacks fell. You saw Desmond Ridder fall to the Falcons, and I think in the third round as well. You had, the last pick in the draft was a quarterback, Brock Purdy out of Iowa State. But it just
he's
really
not a bad QB.
He's not. And I think, although the production wasn't there in college for a lot of those quarterbacks, you get them into an NFL system, you get them behind guys that have been doing it for so long. They here in the next few years, they'll be in a position to take over that franchise. So, Desmond Ridder being able to sit behind Marcus Mariota for a little bit.
He's going to take his job.
I think he will too. I think before the end of the season, you'll see Desmond Ridder.
And I think the guy that got drafted to the Titans is going to take Tannehill's job too.
I don't know about that. Eventually, yes, but I don't think it'll happen this year.
Why is that?
He just watching some of his film. Sometimes he misses a lot of reads. He misses a lot of throws. He misses a lot of wide open passes. So
we're on the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Prior to the draft,
okay,
your boy Baker Mayfield basically is put on the back burner.
Yep.
Now that the draft picks are out there, and then the unsigned or undrafted free agency.
Yep.
Where does Baker Mayfield play a role in all of this?
I think as far as Baker Mayfield goes, just because of his contract and everything, looking into the details of the contract and everything, I think he stays on the Browns for the rest of this year. He stays there as a backup, and hopefully at some point in the season he can get himself in a position to where his trade value can go up. Because you saw it with Mitch Trubisky. He played like 2 or 3 games in the preseason, and the Steelers were willing to sign him to potentially be their starting quarterback just based off of the games that he had in the preseason of last year. So maybe Baker Mayfield can do a similar thing, him starting in the preseason. Yeah, he already does. Here's the thing. Yeah. Well, he already has proven himself, he took the Browns to the playoffs and won them a playoff game. That in itself is quite an accomplishment, because the Browns historically, unless if you're talking about way back in the Jim Brown days, they haven't been anything worth watching really. But I really do hope Baker Mayfield does find the right team in the right time. The more that I start thinking about it, which this would kind of hurt my heart, but I'd be glad at the same time. The Lions, I think what Dan Campbell's doing with the Lions, I think they'll be a pretty solid team here within the next few years, and with the way that they're drafted, maybe you see Baker Mayfield in Detroit.
So did you think the number 1 pick was going to the Jags, and then the guy from Michigan ended up going to the Lions? To me, I think that's a better fit. He's staying at home. He's right there in his backyard. I feel like I felt like it was a defensive draft. I see a lot of guys go into the Georgia.
15 guys from Georgia getting drafted.
Just tell me right now, if you're a high school recruit or junior college player, where'd you go, man?
Georgia for sure.
Right, I think they had 4 in the first round.
Yeah, he got to going on right there. But you did pretty good yourself, though. I don't know how many ended up getting drafted, but they had quite a bit of guys go somewhere.
You talking about OU?
Yeah, OU.
Your team. You had Nick Benito get picked right at the end of the second round, going to Denver.
He'll make the team.
I think he's going to start right there. Him and Randy Gregory. That's going to be quite a tandem right there. And then again with Perion Winfrey, I'm surprised he fell all the way to the 4th round. I think he's definitely a second rounder. If he had a defensive coordinator that wouldn't rotate the D line out after every other play, he might have been able to work himself into the first round.
I think he's taking shots at the old defensive coordinator at OU. Bang bang.
But Perion Winfrey working alongside Myles Garrett, that's scary right there. If you're a quarterback in the AFC North, I'd be pretty scared.
So what do you think about Hollywood Brown? linking up with.
I think that's going to be great. Especially with the loss of D-Hop for the first 6 weeks with his suspension. But overall, the Cardinals really didn't have that great of a draft. That was the highlight of the draft. Was trading for Hollywood.
Why would you get rid of him though?
Just being honest, I love Hollywood Brown. Former OU receiver, was really fun to watch.
But in the NFL, job with Baltimore. He was okay. He was Jackson's best receiver. You can't say he was okay. He was Jackson's go-to guy. Who does Jackson got now?
Maybe it was just a good business move for them.
Well, I understand, but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you look at the value that they got out of that pick. They were able to get the best safety in the draft, Kyle Hamilton, which people are looking at him as being a generational talent. And then man, I got to pull up the draft picks here.
Well, RT, I know. I mean, while he's pulling that up, spring ball's about to kick off here in the next couple of weeks. And I know we're going to try to get out to some different schools and maybe put something together. Man, I think one thing that we've kind of talked about earlier today is start putting some of the top kids in the state. 4A, 5A, 6A, and doing comparison. Who's the top quarterback in 5A and have their picture up there in their stats, and talk about these guys at the beginning and see how it goes out the year for these guys. So I just think that we start highlighting some guys and getting them on the show, because I love having young athletes on the show. Even we love Flaggert, but we got to put keep it 100 back up here.
You're right.
But you know what I'm saying, I think this football season is going to be exciting, man. With all the coach's second year, trying to get. I mean, Carl Albert got to get back to its standard of winning championships.
That's amazing, right there.
Yeah,
what you just said.
What's that?
Most times you hear someone say, this school got to get back to the playoffs. They got to get back to the championship.
Hey,
that's the norm there.
Hey, I just keep it what?
Keep it 100.
Keep it 100. I mean, that's what we're here for, Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool that we got to highlight a young man in baseball and a young lady in track that's both going for something special this week. And, you got Newby going for her, to try to get the state and win the state and set her time. She got a time set, and you got Flaggert looking for a home run, deal. But at the end of the day, he wants to bring home that championship.
Choctaw hasn't had one since 74.
74. Man, that's big time.
Man.
I was 2 years old. And I'm 50, so that tells you what.
Oh, I thought that was the year you graduated high school.
Oh, my fault.
Shots fired. Bang, bang.
Okay, over there. Do your thing. Hey, man.
I'm sorry, Tony. I had to get one out there.
He had to get one.
But, next week we'll jump into more high school, going into spring ball, getting it jumping off. And like I said, me and RT are trying to hit some different schools, try to put a little highlight together, some of the kids and talking to them and kind of run it all. I mean, it might be something that we're not going to get done in a day or two, but it's, once we go through all the schools and do our thing, then come back and edit it and put it up. I think it's going to be cool for a lot of kids that we have on there in the schools that we make it to. And believe me, we wanted to make it every school, but we're not going to be able to. We might pick 3 or 4. And, some small schools, big schools, and maybe, get up on the turnpike and maybe you can go watch a Bigsby practice or something to see what they're doing over there, since they're going to be in Big 6A, because it's a whole different ball game now, man, folks. I mean, 6A small is open, 5A is going to be, I think 5A is going to come down to maybe a 4-horse race. I would say Carl Albert front runner, Dell City. Like I said, you can't count McAllister out. And you always got to, put your money on Bishop McGinnis and what's the other one? Guthrie. I think Guthrie will be right there. But I think those are your top runners. I think Big 6A, I mean, you know what you're looking at. You're looking at a Bigsby. You're looking at a Jinx. You're looking at a Union, Broken Arrow.
Also.
I mean, Broken Arrow and Walsall. So, I mean, these other teams, man, they're just fighting to get into the playoffs. Zoe, it's going to be a tough year because he got all those guys on his schedule, but hopefully he can get it turned around over there at Westmore. Sophomore, I know they just hired a new coach, man. That poor guy, he's probably going to go 1-10, but hey, good luck, coach. I'm just keeping it 100 here.
Then over there
and more, you go Coach Bryant. I think he can do a couple things because he's still got the CJ kid and he has a Wolf kid. The Wolf kid's a kid I like to have on the shows, one of the top-notch quarterbacks in 6A. He'll be a senior. Brother played over at Westmore, so the CJ kid is just going to be a sophomore. I think he's going to be a kid reckoned with that everybody's going to know about in the state of Oklahoma, playing running back, defensive back. He's going to be to pick what school he goes to. So we got some big names out there. You talk about the Steele kid. He's always going to do his thing. I like to see if anybody besides Akron come after him and see if he drops that Akron offer and go to somewhere big, because I think if he goes and show off and do the things he can do, he's going to get that big offer. But, hey, he might want to be at Akron, because, hey, that's the hometown of my homeboy, LeBron James.
That's what Steele committed to, too, right?
What's that, Akron?
Wasn't it Akron?
Yeah, Akron.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma connection right there.
Yeah. But, guys, you got anything else before we close this out?
No, we always appreciate you tuning in each and every week or every other week whenever we upload. We appreciate y'all liking and commenting. Just continue to do that. Continue to support us. We really do appreciate it, and helping us put our stuff out there. And yeah, but that is all I have.
I know. Sorry, Chief.
I don't have anything.
I know. Tony. A buddy of mine is in my fantasy league. I sent him a link today, and he didn't know I was doing this. It's so funny. He's, man, I subscribe. It's big time. He loves high school sports, and like I said, you know, we're thinking about kind of changing the name up a little bit because we're not going to just be Oklahoma high school sports. We're going to do all the sports now, and I think that's going to help us branch off and do bigger and better things. You know, talking about Texas and Arkansas and Big E covering the NFL and college teams. So I think, you know, here in the next few weeks, you know, we won't just be. We're always going to be keep it 100 because that's what we do here. Yeah. But I think we'll be more keep it 100 sports.
Yeah.
And that's because we're covering all the sports. And, you know, we'll see. You know, HR might slap my hand and tell me no. But I do kind of like it, you know, that because we are going to branch off and talk to Texas kids and Kansas kids because there's kids in Kansas now that is always playing with Kansas and, you know, some of their great athletes and some of the great athletes in Texas, you know. So in any state, though, why just be boggled down here? You know, people can do TikToks all over. People can do, you know, their podcasts all over. Why can't we not do all our stuff? Huh?
Say that again.
You be doing TikTok?
I don't.
He does TikTok. We should do a TikTok.
Oh, what is it going to look
we
like?
could do a wave.
Boom.
Come back to us, E.
Come on, you
man.
bring it back.
Come on, E. Bring it back.
I can't dance. I'm a
Here we
little
go.
stiff.
One more time. Here we go. Boom. Come on, E. Bring it back. Bring it back. E. Bring it back.
Okay,
that's what we do. Put that on y'all's TikTok.
Yeah, that's definitely something we'll have to work on.
Practice.
But just in case you guys do see that we are going to try to branch out, man, I just think bringing more sports in, getting more athletes on from OU, OSU, UCO, East Central, some of the schools here, we got some of these kids that's going off and doing things that we know. We got kids going to Emporia State that we know. Jaden Poole, you know, in this last year.
What about your guy? He entered into the transfer portal.
Yeah, you got Rondell Walker, man. And, you know, I love to catch up with him and find out what's going on. I know he didn't have the year he had his sophomore year. I might try to catch up with his dad, but we're going to start trying to have somebody on at least one person on the week, and, you know, so they can do their talking, and we're not doing just an hour of us talking, but we will start branching off and start talking about more high school football, and he's going to still bring you OU, OSU, all the schools here at Oklahoma, and then some of the NFL teams. We're not going to just talk about us Packers. We're going to talk about my Cowboys too, and I mean the Dallas Cowboys.
Talking about how they're going to go like 7-10 this year.
They have a better record than Green Bay, I promise you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll bet a steak dinner.
No. Steak dinner? All right, cool.
Dinner. Well, folks, that's all I got to say from Keeping It What?
Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.